So my mom called me the other day and said, son, in 45 days, you'll be able to do your withdrawal. I was like, oh my gosh. Yo, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it now. After all the things we've gone through, I don't understand it. How can you listen to Mr. Stephen Beard when you can't find him anywhere? No one can tell me they seen him in person anywhere. Not only that, did you guys remember when we were supposed to be holding the fact that DSJ has a 10-year contract with BG Wealth? Now, a guy in my comment stated that. He was like, isn't that a breach of contract? What kind of contract do you have when you can just say, we're not doing it anymore? You know what I mean? I still don't get it. But I've been listening to the bond chat and the way Professor is like trying to, I don't know why I said Professor. The way this guy over here is trying to like humanize himself. I believe he's trying to say like, I'm gonna stick with you guys to the bitter end. We're gonna handle this no matter what. I'm gonna hang out. I'm not gonna quit. If you hear what okay, you're not gonna quit. You're not gonna stay. But why can't we get our withdrawal? Well, I want my withdrawal. That's it. All I want is my withdrawal. You know what I mean? I was banking on a birthday withdrawal. By the way, my birthday is in 2 weeks, June 1st. So anybody want to give me a gift or send me something, yo, I appreciate it. Happy birthday. Oh, for my birthday, what I request is right now, hit the subscription button right now. That's for my birthday to subscribe. You can unsubscribe tomorrow, but just for my birthday, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I know some people are asking, why are you wearing this shirt? Why are you wearing, it's Florida. You're supposed to wear palm trees, tank tops every so often. But yeah, I know that the thought of getting back your money, and people are seeing their funds transfer. A guy also had a long explanation on my thing about, you guys don't understand. You podcast people don't understand. He is doing this and he put his own money up to actually transfer and build this new exchange and all that. Bro, what happened to the IPO? What happened to the verification for the IPO? I'm just still trying to figure out if it's going to be if the company is going to grow or how it's going to grow. You know what I mean? I don't even know how anyone can safely go out and recruit other people now and talk about this. You know, they're doing all these Zoom calls right now in secret. They can't come out and say HQY, yeah. Ain't nobody really pushing Zoom calls except the people who actually paid and went into this thing. So they're like, did you pay? Pay? Did $100? Okay. Hey, I got a Zoom call. Don't tell nobody. We're going to try this out together because we don't want to get burned again. But when we make our money, we're going to get other people in. Shh. That's what's going on. People are jumping into the little secret Zoom calls now and still pushing this and still trying to say, hey, let's get leveled up. It's only three people, then we'll get leveled up and we'll get more money. Remember, this is the beginning. Remember, a couple of years ago, people didn't believe in the beginning again. But remember, they made a lot of money. Don't forget, jump on it. I was wondering, Goggin, I'm trying to reach you. I was wondering, why don't you jump in? So if you have 6 million that they're going to transfer into the new exchange, it's only going to cost you $100. No taxes involved. No more. All you got to do is pay your $100, Goggin. Bring your 6 million over to HQI. In 45 days, it should be able to double. So your 6 million will be 12 million, but they say you only can take half. So 12 million, only take half of your double, which is only 3 million. Bro, you coming up. $100 in 60 days, Goggin will get $3 million if she decides to run with it. $3 million. Does that make sense? Of course. Everyone's saying, of course it makes sense. Professor Beard guaranteed our accounts and funded our accounts. And now this exchange is more wealthier and more stronger and the best ever. Go tell everybody. I'm telling you, I just can't. I want to ask Professor Beard. He suspended all Zoom calls. He suspended all Zoom calls for social media, like on YouTube and everything, because people are trying to dissect it now. People are going to dissect it and dig all up in him and be like, yep, that's an AI. And they're going to try to break in and mess it all up. You know what I mean? Mess up their scam. So they're like, we got to make sure we fix it so it's flawless. So it's unmessable. Why did they suspend Zoom calls? Why is URL still changing? The thing is, it's going to change. It's going to keep on messing up. I don't know. So my bet is, this is my bet. They haven't shut it down yet, and the FBI is following them. They gotta have financial crimes following them, right? But they're not gonna announce anything about BG until they can get enough evidence and enough people behind bars. They're not gonna talk about that they're gonna be, hey, they're trying to make them hang themselves. And we're gonna continue to jump into whatever they say. But guess what? Suppose everybody just said nothing about, said, hey, I'm not going to pay anything. Have a union. Goggin, throw a union. They said her thousands and thousands of people wasn't enough to convince Professor Beard to, there was so many things said, bro. Is Goggin actually talking to Professor Beard? She has never even said that she talked to Professor Beard personally. So I wanted to know if anyone that has ever talked to Professor Beard on the cell phone or even on FaceTime without a Zoom call. You know what I mean? That will be a good question. And ask Professor Beard to, you know what I'm saying? Ask him questions. Don't be like, oh, yes, Professor. Thank you, Professor. Every day on the bond chat, thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor. For what? Hey, listen. I want you guys to start thinking on your own and start thinking about the money that you're spending in this system. Now, listen, the money that we've spent on here, let's say if you spent $2,000 on here, the amount of money you could have put into an ETF or into buying a partial of gold or buying silver, and that money can actually be tangible and grow. If you're buying stocks or not, or in an exchange, you can't have a certificate of what your asset is buying. Can you have a certificate of what your asset's buying? Then you know that you actually own something. But if it's just on paper and you don't have a certificate, you don't have nothing to actually show that, hey, can I leverage my account to actually buy a house and do actual livable things? If you can't do that, then it's flawed, and there's a flaw to the system. And if you're trying to out-scam the scammers, it's going to be a long road, but you're going to have to be devious. You're going to have to be recruiting people and telling people lies. And that ain't going to be cool. So figure out how to reinvest your money into other things. There's so many other things. Crypto is not the only thing. It's dangerous. But there's other things that you can actually put your money in and get a legitimate amount of investment back. You know what I mean? Invest in your company. Invest in your job. Your job has a 401k, some stocks benefits. They might even do contributions to your stocks and your 401k. Look about how to get the free money on the outside. You know what I mean? And don't let people scam us. Don't let people scam us. Say no scam. No scam. No scam. Say it. No scam. All right, yo. To the next one.